This week on Boring Gear Reviews, we have the Fuzz Judge from Dirt Monger Instruments. Thank you so much to Dirt Monger for sending me the Fuzz Judge. Dirt Monger Instruments is a pedal effects company based out of Ontario, Canada, and their latest pedal is the Fuzz Judge. This is a one-to-one clone of the Fuzz Master General, which was a clone of the Ace Tone Fuzz Master, which was a clone of the Univox Super Fuzz. So needless to say, it's a really amazing and important circuit that has a long lineage and history. So for controls we have tone, and this will control the shape of the EQ of the pedal. So the more counterclockwise, it'll get a little brighter and kind of more open sounding, and then the more clockwise you turn it, you're gonna roll off some of that high end and push up some of that low end, so it gets a little more, I guess, modern sounding. Next we have clipping, and we have 3 clipping options here: Germanium all the way to the left, silicon all the way to the right, and then no clipping diodes in the middle. Then we have fuzz, which will control the amount of fuzz. As this is an octave fuzz, did I mention that? Well, this is an octave fuzz, and the octave is always engaged. So the fuzz will control the amount of distortion in the pedal, but the octave will always be there. And lastly, we have level, which will control the overall output of the pedal while it's on. And just like most dirt pedals, you can use this to also drive the front end of your amp to really great sounds. For today's demo, I'm using my 1983 Greco RR65, and this has cream tone A3 Deluxe pickups. And that will be going into my UAD Apollo X6, and I'll be using the JMP 2203 amp sim. Okay, in this first clip, we're gonna have the tone around 10 o'clock, the clipping all the way to the right for the silicon, and then the fuzz around 3 o'clock. The level will be at 3 as well. So after my clean tone, I'll engage the Fuzz Judge, and what you'll hear is a really aggressive, super forward, very punchy, and kind of complex sound. Because of the way the octave works in this circuit, you get, I mean, it's an octave up, but it seems like you get subharmonics too. It creates a very rich and dynamic and complex sound. One thing that really kind of impressed me about this pedal right off the bat was that oftentimes with octave fuzzes and ones that really drive hard, they can seem a little squashed or they lack punch. So more of a kind of white noise, static wall of sound stuff. But this manages to stay very, very punchy, even at its kind of most gnarly settings. And you'll also see here how well it handles both high notes, low notes, and chords and things like that. Enjoy. this next clip, we're going to be running the Fuzz Judge as clean as it'll go. So I'm going to have the fuzz all the way off. We're going to put the clipping all the way to the left to the Germanium. And then we're going to do the tone and the level around 230. So like I said, this will be as clean as it goes. And because of the way the octave works, you get these really awesome harmonics and subharmonics that in a clean tone, you kind of never hear. It's really, really interesting and fun to play. And that will be going into the Unholy Grail from Abominable Effects. So this is going to be a kind of a very short delay time with a decent amount of feedback. So it'll create kind of a pseudo reverb thing. This does reverb as well. I just wanted to use just the delay here. In the first part of the clip, I'm going to be using both my neck and bridge pickup, and then I'll switch to just the bridge pickup. And what you'll notice is the Fuzz Judge is very responsive to your pick attack, what pickups you're using, the volume control in your guitar. Is a very dynamic pedal. And lastly, we're going to pair the Fuzz Judge with the CXM 1978 from Chase Bliss and Maris. In this clip, we're going to be running the Fuzz Judge pretty hot again. So I'm going to have the fuzz around 1 o'clock, the clipping in the middle, so no clipping diodes, and the tone just below 9 o'clock, and then the level is going to be maxed out. The CXM 1978 will be like a fairly large, somewhat modulated plate reverb. In the first part of the clip, I'm going to be using the neck pickup with the volume rolled back, and then I'm going to roll up the volume and stay on the neck pickup, and you'll hear kind of how it changes, but it still remains very clear and articulate, even with the octave stuff. And then when I go to the bridge pickup with the volume completely up, you'll hear kind of how big and wide open it gets. One of the really cool things about this is there's almost like a somewhat cocked wah sound of the EQ. And the way the octave picks that up mixed with the fuzz is really, really cool and exciting. And one thing to look out for here too is the difference between kind of the full, thick single notes, and then when you do chords, it really blooms huge and just sounds like incredibly thick, very fuzzy, but like I said before, still very, very punchy. Enjoy. And that's a wrap for the Fuzz Judge from Dirt Monger Effects. I found this pedal to be a delight. It's something I'm going to use a lot. I had never played the Fuzz Master General or the Ace Tone Fuzz or the Univox Super Fuzz, so I wasn't quite sure what to expect, but I was really, really pleasantly surprised with the Fuzz Judge. If you're familiar with the channel, you know that I love an octave fuzz, especially like rolling down the volume on my guitar and like lightly picking octave fuzzes to get like a very kind of broken, almost ring modulated sound, and then being able to roll up to have this huge, very dynamic, rich fuzz sound. This does all of that with ease. Incredibly simple to use. It feels good in your hand. It's built well. You know, for the prices that those other pedals go for, this is a steal. Incredibly well priced, as all the Dirt Monger stuff is priced really, really well. So if you're looking for a very unique, very fun, easy to use, and great sounding fuzz, this should really be like towards the top of your list. Thank you all so much for watching. I truly appreciate it. If you are not subscribed, please consider hitting that subscribe button and like and share and all that stuff. It does mean a lot to me. And if you're already subscribed, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And as always, links to everything I'm using will be in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next week for another video. Peace.